Hi, this is Doreen Baffoe. Welcome to today's personal mastery conversation. So this week, I learned something really interesting from my daughter and I couldn't wait to come here and share it with you. I want to call today's conversation Context and Comms. So I'm driving through town with my daughter and we are at the traffic light. The light is red. The beggars come to the car asking for things. And when it's time for us to go, when it turns green again, there's this young gentleman in a wheelchair, but I think he miscalculated. So when it's our turn to go, he's still in our way. And so I needed to wait for him to wheel himself off the road. But the driver behind me, not knowing what was happening in front of me, started going pee pee, pee pee. So he honked at his horn. And there was nothing I could do. So I kind of waited in my head. He didn't understand what was happening. I waited for that to pass. Then I turned to my daughter and I said, you know, if only he knew what was happening. Because he doesn't have context, he's upset. Because at one point he veered off, he wanted to drive past us, and then he realized this young man in the wheelchair, and so he stopped. But when I said that to my daughter, she looked at me and she said, maybe it's also a problem of communication. If you had reached out of the car like every driver does and just signal with your hand that for him to stop, he probably would have understood that something was happening. And I thought to myself, you know, that's true, huh? Sometimes as leaders, when something happens in our lives and we need to alter or change how we do things, we probably fail to carry our team members along because we don't go back to them to say, this is the new thing or this is what I'm going to try. And then we just start, and whether it's a great thing we're about to start or not, our team members are often left wondering, what's this, you know? But if we go to them and say something like, you know, I just finished a training program, or I've just been on this great journey where I learned to, and then you share what you've learned, and going forward I'm going to try to, you share the new things you're going to do, then they will not be left wondering what's happening, so that they don't feel like veering off from behind you to the side, like the driver behind us did. So for me, that's context, but that's also comms. We need to carry the people in our lives along. One of my favorite coaches, Takawari, puts it nicely. She says, it's like a dance, and we need to teach each other the moves so that we don't step on each other's toes. So I hope this conversation helps you on your personal mastery journey. Until I see you next week, bye for now.